Hey everybody, this is Robert Trusardi. I'm the creator of Blockchain Kingdoms, and in this video I'm going to talk about Gala Games and the $800 NFT they just sold, and more importantly, I'm going to share with you why I am super excited for Gala Games and Mirandus, which is their upcoming MMO, and that's what part of this $800,000 NFT was a part of. And yeah, I am the creator of Blockchain Kingdoms. It is essentially a way of earning passive income and paid work through video games. I was not really happy with what I saw in the blockchain space, so I decided to create my own systems. So these cards are in limited quantities, 20 per week. They are selling out pretty fast, so get yours before they run out. So thank you to Night Sky, who sent me an article recently, this particular article about this $800,000 NFT that sold to Polyient Games, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, look, it's another blockchain game selling more stuff, and as I was cruising the blockchain area, looking to make build up blockchain kingdoms and educate myself on what's going on in the space. I started to learn more about this company, and I got super excited about what I saw. Mirandus is doing a land sale, and they essentially have all these here. You can see this is the one that sold. It was Citadel of the Sun. Apparently these are actually, they want to sell these for $1.6 million. They sold one to Polyient for 800K, so apparently they negotiated a deal there. But here's one of the really big deals. They're saying there's only ever going to be about 1,650 land deeds available for this game. So you want to talk about scarcity? That's it. And this isn't just like some small game. This is a game that is made by ex-Interplay developers, ex-Zynga developers. So these guys have quite a bit of experience and essentially winning in this industry under their belt. So I just want to cruise through what these land deeds look like really quickly. You have the Citadel of the Earth, Citadel of the Suns, and I have a bunch of other things here. But there's, just look at these quantities though. They only have one of these citadels each, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then they have these Town of the Archdukes, Town of the Prince. Now you can see some of these are actually pretty expensive. You look at these are in Ether, which is about a little over $1,000 right now. So this is this Town of the Marquee is probably up in like the I don't know, $50,000 range. But if you go all the way down here, you have these homesteads, which are then closer to like $100. These are sold out, these homesteads, and they still have some, not a lot, but they have some of these outpost farming hamlets and ranching hamlets left. If you're someone who's interested in buying NFTs, like, I don't know why you would not be seriously looking at these guys on the galagames.com right now. They have 29 ranching hamlets left, 81 farming hamlets left, and 74 outposts left. So, like, why should you care about this? What makes this particular game special than the other ones? So we've already talked about the they have Zynga and Interplay devs, but there's only 1,150 deeds, and I think not all those are up for sale. I think they're holding on to some of those. But let's go into a video here. And so this is what these this is kind of what these land deeds look like. So this is sort of like the top-down menu of what they're thinking about. I think this is kind of like a prototype video, but probably kind of showing where they are in development. We're still pretty early. And so here's this plot of land. He just basically picked any place that he wanted in the world to place it. And here you can have these little plots of different sizes. And there's the fort, I think, of that belonged to the owner. And you can rent these out to people for income units on the blockchain. And you can build shops, which is what's going on here. And you can populate it with items that you can sell. So all this is really super exciting to me. I used to play a game called Star Wars Galaxies, and it was a bit like the Wild Wild West. They had really crazy ideas for turning Star Wars into like a scarcity based world, and it had some amazing things, also had some failings. Eventually it was kind of nuked by Sony Games, who was like, why are there not like, why don't we have like hundreds of thousands of people flocking to this game? And so they tried to change it, and Star Wars Galaxies kind of died a little bit. It's been resurrected in some ways, but I don't want to digress too much here. But what these guys are saying about this game really excites me, because it reminds me of those Star Wars Galaxies days, where basically the players were able to dictate so much of the influence of the economy. So this is what that looks like. Here is a video, Gala Games AMA, that was uploaded on January 9th. Of 2021. He's asked the question about like it was something like, can I go and just like collect a bunch of resources and build anything? And so he starts to talk about the scarcity of the land deeds and some of the resources. I think some of the resources can be, of course, probably have a near infinite supply, but some have like very, very scarce supply, like the land deeds. So let's see what he has to say about that.
I think you can play and have fun, but you are not going to own a house if you don't own a house. You wouldn't be able to build a house if you don't own a house. If you wanted to be, I mean, we have to do that just to keep the buildings and the deeds truly special. If we were selling these buildings and deeds, and that was a big part of our game, and there was scarcity associated with that, but anyone could jump in the game and get some stones and some sticks together and build a house, I don't know, we just wouldn't have that. So if you want to own a house, you got to get a house. But you can jump into the game and you can adventure, and you can be shopping in town at other players' shops, and you can upgrade your character, and you can do all of those things. It's likely you'd belong to a guild at some point, or a group of players. And any player that owns a house or a deed is, I like the idea that they can have keys. That's how they get in and out, and they can give those keys to other people and let them share in what is inside that home.
So if you're seriously starting to think about researching more into this game, I would check out this Gala Games AMA. There's a lot of really juicy information there. I'm going to do my best to cliff note some of it. So let's just continue down into the other stuff they have. So they have more buildings that are scarcity based. They have like forges, armor shops. So you saw before where there was the, there's a little land deed, and you can place little plots. So for some of these bigger places like the Citadels, you could probably buy like a grand tavern, and then place your grand tavern inside of one of these citadels, and you could run your store, your shop, your tavern out of there, and probably sell food and entertainment, whatever is made available inside of a tavern, and you could possibly turn that into a profit, into a real world profit as an investment. And so I really love that idea. I don't see many blockchain games I get excited about, which is why I built Blockchain Kingdoms. I was like, why are people not making the kinds of games that I want to play? I want to invest my money into something that's going to return 2x, 3x, 10x, 100 times my money. Like, why is nobody making that game? Like, what's the problem? And I feel like from what these guys are saying, that's what they're doing, and it looks like they want to be of service to video gamers, and I love that, because that's where I like to come from. So looking at more of these items, they had these potion shops, and they sold out. I'm going to share with you, I think, why they sold out, but they basically sold out of those the large potion shops, the grand stables, people like horses and mounts, and more potion shops, potion stands all sold out. And I think one of the reasons this happened was because they were talking about how difficult, in that AMA video, they were talking about how difficult they want some of this world to be. Like, they want to have bosses that are actually legitimately difficult, bosses that can't even be beaten until like lots of time, people figuring out like what the weaknesses are, and this is just me making this part up, where I think it'd be cool, where like it then respawns a new boss. If you kill the unkillable boss, it then spawns a new boss with that's also now unkillable, and you have to figure out how to kill that one. And so the way they're talking about the game seems like reminds me of Star Wars Galaxies again, where like the game could be super hard if you weren't equipped right, if you didn't know what you were doing. I remember in Star Wars Galaxies they have these crate dragons. If you've seen the Mandalorian season 2, there's a crate dragon in it. Spoilers, and it basically takes like a small army to take down the crate dragon. And I remember going into Tatooine in Star Wars Galaxies, and there's like a group of like 10 guys, and they're trying to kill a crate dragon. But and then I run out there heavily geared with all the stuff that I've crafted with my like 3-person team, my 3 friends, and they're just getting decimated by these crate dragons, and I'm out there soloing the thing, kicking, punching it, because I was a Terraskazi, which is like a martial artist, and they were just like asking me all these questions, like how do you do that? Because there were no levels in the game. It wasn't like I was level 50, and that's why I didn't get destroyed and they got destroyed. And so they're asking me. It's like all gear. It was all like what I was equipped with. It was these buffs I had, these medical buffs, and people crafted the buffs. They made all these things to make me super powerful against the crate dragon. And basically, you know, I love that. I love that that kind of idea. And it seems like they're kind of creating that similar type of world. And I think that's why these potion stands sold out, was because people realized that, you know, potions are going to be a pretty big deal. So I imagine then some things maybe like a granary, or some of the things that would help use like potion you know, elements, things that would be used to build the potions would probably be worthwhile too. And see some of these the storehouse here sold out as well. I don't know what the difference is between a storehouse and a simple storehouse. It's the same price. I think there were less quantities, and that's probably why they sold out. But I imagine storage will probably be pretty hot on here too. So yeah, you might start to see why I'm super excited, and I'm surprised these aren't sold out yet, to be honest. Like, look at these, 29 of 100 of these left. Last night there were 30, and this morning there's 29. And if you want to know about the what the liquidity looks like for these items if you were to buy them, so this is OpenSea. This is a marketplace where you can buy, sell, and trade NFTs. I believe these are on Ethereum blockchain right now. So just looking at the price action on this and the volume, so one was sold on the 13th, and another one on the 12th. 2 on the 11th. So these are the homesteads. I guess they're retailing on the Gala Games website for close to $100. And they're being upsold right now on OpenSea. The homesteads are sold out, so this is the only place you can buy these from right now. But I mean, if you want to get like a outpost, a farming hamlet, or a ranching hamlet, which are still available here on the Gala Games website, go here, because you'll be paying less. So here, 0.089 ether for these, but they're sold out. And they're, you know, now they're paying almost like 50% more for just a homestead. I would just go to Gala Games and buy one of the bigger ones. So a little bit more about Gala Games. They have this game called Townstar. It's basically like Farmville on a blockchain. They have a bunch of blockchain items you can buy, sell, trade. And it's not really the kind of game I'm interested in, but if you want to see what else that they have, what else they've created, that's there. So I want to talk lastly about these nodes that they have. So retailing for, I think, close to $2,000 are these nodes. I essentially think what it is a license to mine their Gala. I don't know all the details about the Gala, about their, you know, are they scarcity based like Bitcoin is there a halving, but apparently there's some kind of connection to items. So like there's something about treasure chests and item minting that also happen with the nodes. So you do have to pay about $2,000 to get one of these nodes. But if you're someone who has a decent amount of mining power, this might be something you might want to look into, possibly maybe diversifying, or if this is a node that you can actually resell, maybe you want to buy and hold that and resell it later for an upside. So yeah, what this all comes down to is I think there's potential huge upside here on Gala Games and everything they're talking about. If you watch that video that night, that 1 hour Gala Games AMA, they talked about their plans for this game. If you watch some of the old videos or the look at the graphics, it looks like it's a kind of a top-down game, but they recently said that they've actually switched it to primarily a first-person adventure game. And this is very, very new news, just came out, I think, like this Monday on their Medium blog. But they're switching it to an adventure person mode, and I love that. So that's my preferred. They were like, that's just where the immersion is. That's what they're doing, and they might have some top-down aspects for like for management of plots and stuff like that. But I think that's a great sign that these guys are moving in the direction that I want it to go in, in the direction that I like these games. So I have to say, like, this is the blockchain game that I'm the most excited for right now. I know Splinterlands has been pretty big. I tried playing Splinterlands, really couldn't get into it. Maybe I'll make another video where I give it another shot. I do love Hearthstone, but yeah, I just could not get into Splinterlands when I gave it a shot. But maybe I'll give it another shot. But this is more like of what I'm looking for, and I'd love to see one day Blockchain Kingdoms, my company, have a partnership with Gala Games, if you want to know a little bit more about Polyient, who bought that NFT, they're creating an ecosystem of games. Splinterlands is also inside of Polyent's ecosystem. I think they want to essentially become kind of like an economic hub, like the Uniswap of video game NFT and currency trading. And it's interesting. I've actually talked to them before about, I was looking for investors, and I got in touch with them, and I talked to them about an incubator. I won't talk too much about the details of that conversation. But I thought it was an interesting conversation. I didn't think that we were a match at the time, and I'm always open to reevaluate. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. This will not be the last video that I make in Mirandus and Gala Games. I think I forgot to mention the Gala is the unit that they use, which is what you mine here. And yeah, and go get your passive income cards. Only 20 of these are released every single week, and they are gonna sell out. It's just a matter of time. And we have an auction right now for for these bundles. These will have at least one auction every week. You earn 10% income on this. And so yeah, my name is Robert Trussardi. Thank you so much, and hit that like and subscribe button. All right, have a good day. Thanks. Bye.